And we're live back with our third interview for today. We've already been to the Boys and Girls Club, and now we've actually been to the 4-H office also and got to see the Extension office. And now I ventured into the county onto the other side, and I'm actually sitting in the Sunset Country Club. And I have some special guests back here with me today that don't want to be on TV. But they're working very hard, and it is the chamber staff and some volunteers. They're having their annual chamber golf tournament today. And what year is this? 23rd, the 23rd year. Oh, wow. That's awesome that you were still able to do it. And we have on live with us today Robin McCord, and she is actually with us from SOWEGA Council on Aging. So, hey, Robin.
Hello, how are you?
Glad you could be with us, and we can social distance and still make this happen. Could you tell us a little bit about SOWEGA Council on Aging? Tell us what you do, what programs you offer.
Okay. Well, just a little bit about our agency is the Albany-Doherty Council on Aging was incorporated back in 1966, so we've been around for a really, really long time. And it was basically put in place to meet the physical and spiritual needs of older people in our area. So in 1979, in order to accurately reflect the 14-county service area, the name was changed to the SOWEGA Southwest Georgia Council on Aging. And it was designated at that time as an area agency on aging by the State Office of Aging. So over the years, the agency has expanded to meet the needs of the ever-increasing number of seniors and individuals with disabilities of all ages in our public service area. So the Council on Aging plans, provides, develops, and coordinates services for all people ages 60 and over in a 14-county area of Southwest Georgia. So it's easy to understand the challenges which must be met to provide services in a cost-effective but fair manner. The flexibility in developing these service plans given to the Area Agency on Aging by the Division of Aging Services permits this to happen. So our mission is really important, so it's essential to everything that we do. And that is to coordinate a system of services that promote the well-being and independence of older and disabled Georgians, helping them achieve healthy and sufficient lives. Our vision is for all seniors and disabled individuals in our service area to have the resources to live longer, live stronger, and live safer. So we have several counselors on site. Right now, they're all working from their homes. Basically how it works is people can call into our 1-800 number. And these counselors, it's their job to intercept these calls from seniors or from family members and connect them to all of the different aging-related services. And just to kind of list some of these services that we offer: home-delivered meals, congregate meals, which are our hot meals. Those are things that were served in our senior centers, homemaker services, ramp construction, telephone reassurance, access to assistive devices, Georgia legal services, Medicare, understanding their Medicare insurance. That's what we call our Georgia Cares program, but that's offered now through the state. Nursing home transition, elder abuse prevention. We actually supply staff in 49 counties of that program. Access to health and wellness programs and education, which is what I do. And getting connected to a family caregiver support group or Parkinson's support group. We have various support groups within our agency that we can get people connected to. And then simply referring them to providers who can assist with whatever other aging needs that they may have. So what I do is I'm the wellness coordinator for our agency, and there's basically 12 area agencies on aging in the state of Georgia. So
Take that real fast 5 times.
I know, it's a mouthful.
I know.
So we cover 14 counties though in Southwest Georgia. So we're kind of divided up in all of our different regions. So there's 11 other people in the state who do what I do for their respective regions as well. So what I do is I'm challenged with providing health and wellness and their education and nutrition programs for all 14 counties. So previously, obviously to COVID, we had the 14 counties with a physical location, a senior center located in each of these counties. With the shutdown, that has created some challenges for us, but we've also experienced lots of really wonderful opportunities now to engage with our seniors in a new way. I think they're learning to use technology more. That is a bit challenging at times for this particular population who's not used to it. This has been very new to them, but so we're engaging with them in a new way. We are continuing to provide the exact same services and programs that we always have. It just looks a little bit different right now. So we're moving into what we call a senior center without walls model, which has been a great model, obviously, across the state, really across the nation. This is what anyone who works with this population is also being challenged to do, and that is to serve our seniors at a safe distance so that we can keep them safe and well, but continue to provide all of their programs and services.
Great. Okay. So you mentioned just then about the senior center without walls, and I think that this is such I know I've said innovative a lot if you've been watching the last few, but so many nonprofits have been able to create these new innovative ways of being able to help clients and help individuals in our community. And so what kind of partnerships does that actually entail? Like, what kind of collaborations do y'all have behind the scenes with that in our county?
Well, our biggest need at first was to continue to feed our seniors during this time. So, before they came to the centers, we had cooking kitchens in a few of our centers, and the ones that weren't cooking kitchens, we prepared the food in a cooking kitchen and also delivered that to those senior center sites. So that was our first obstacle, was how do we get these meals? We want to make sure that they're continue to be fed. A lot of the times the seniors came for that meal, and that was a very nutritious meal that they could count on for the day. So we have partnered here in Colquitt County with a restaurant, and we're doing this with all other 13 counties as well. We've partnered with local restaurants, so we are able to now still provide those meals. Right now we have clients who are going through those restaurants, kind of like a curbside pickup or either a drive-through option depending on where they're located. So they're on a list. That restaurant has them on that list, and they're able to come and pick up that meal. And we're also experimenting now with doing a little bit of transporting some clients. We've got that going in one county, I believe, right now. So that will possibly be rolled out for clients who don't have transportation. But that was our initial concern and biggest need. Obviously, when the center shut down, is how do we continue to do that? So we quickly shifted to that and formed partnerships with with all these restaurants that we did not have those partnerships before. So those meals are continuing to be provided, and it's going great. I think the clients really enjoy having that hot meal. Now, clients who can't come in for that, they did have a frozen meal option. So they're being delivered meals to their homes as well. So that service has not stopped. It's just they're getting those meals in a different way.
That's great. I think that's, like I said, innovative, creative way to go. If you can make it happen, make it happen. So can you tell us a little bit about why you chose to work with SOWEGA Council on Aging?
Okay. Well, let's see. I have, right out of college, I was working in cardiac rehabilitation. So my degree is in exercise physiology. So I worked in a clinical setting, working with older clients. And I did not realize at the time how much I just loved that population. I loved working with them. Then I kind of came out of that work for a little while, did more community-based type health and wellness programming. And this was just a really great opportunity to come back. I knew some of the staff had partnered with the local senior center here in years past. I was very familiar with their work and what they do. So it's just a great opportunity. I love working with seniors. I'm able to take what I know and share it with them. Our tagline and our vision says that we want our seniors to live longer, live safer, live well. So I really feel like this is the best years of their life. They might not realize that. Sorry, my husband's working from home too. So I heard him come in. But yeah, so yeah, he just came in on the call. And I'm on my leg, so. Okay. But anyway, so I have enjoyed, being able to just share with them that these are their best years. So we do a lot of education, obviously, around health and wellness. It's never too late to begin a lifestyle that they might not have been living all these years prior. Making healthy decisions, the food that they put into their body, the exercise that they're getting. So I coordinate a lot of those programs. Right now, our biggest need is volunteers in all of these counties. You can imagine we have senior centers located in all of these physical locations. We had staff operating those centers. Well, all of that has really kind of gone away right now at this point. So we're going to be relying heavily on volunteers and to help facilitate the different programs like bingo. And I've been doing a lot of teleconferencing with our seniors, bingo, easy trivia. We've been doing obviously a lot of exercise classes. I work with a lot of, in Albany, we have some retired physical education teachers that we work with. So we provide all of the training. We make sure that whoever we put in front of a group of seniors gets the proper training to work with those seniors. So if there's anybody here in Colquitt County, obviously we would love to have somebody, help maybe facilitate some exercises for our seniors here locally, or either partnering with the different gyms that are in town. That might be something that we're going to look at as soon as we're able to safely congregate again. But we're also looking at using walking areas in a lot of our different counties as well, we know that being outside right now is a bit safer, obviously, than being in an enclosed room where you have to worry about a lot of contamination of surfaces. So we're doing a lot of programming outside. One thing I didn't mention was our evidence-based programs. We have some that are education-based and some that are exercise-based, but one of our newer programs is called Aging Mastery Program. And this is a program that can be taught virtually. We were teaching it in person before, but some of these formats can be taught, over the phone or in a video conference like this. And that type program is for anyone who's just now becoming, into the aging world, hitting 55, 60, and they're wanting information about aging. But we cover a variety of topics. It's kind of like I equate it to like when you're pregnant, you have that what to expect when you're expecting book. It's kind of like it kind of gives you an idea. What am I getting myself into? Well, that's kind of what this program is about. It's really a guidebook on how to age well. So we talk about financial fitness, we talk about sleep, we talk about obviously exercise and nutrition, and then also staying connected within your community. So that's a really big piece of that.
That's awesome. Sounds like y'all got a lot of big things in store over there. So when you said volunteer, you mean just volunteers to help with those programs that you were mentioning? And where would you do those activities? Where are some of the places you'd be able to help with those activities?
Well, now that we don't have the physical senior center here, this is a great opportunity to partner with churches here in town. So we obviously have a lot of work to do to kind of get on the ground, and because we're doing this now in 14 different areas. Churches, rec centers, wherever we can hold a group, if they're willing to let us meet there. It could be multiple places. It could be the seniors meet here on a Monday and a Wednesday, and then here on a Tuesday and Thursday. It could be in the restaurants. When it's safe to congregate in some of the restaurants, that may be a possibility as well. What we need, a lot of times our volunteers really come from our clients. We usually can find, there's usually that person who's been retired, who was maybe a teacher or somebody who'd like to organize or administrate different type things, who kind of has that skill set. So we usually look to our seniors a lot of times because they're already in that setting and willing to do that.
Great. Well, is there any way, I know that there's a lot of people that work behind the scenes. I've met several different people from the organization, and I didn't know is there a way that you could tell us maybe about how many seniors that y'all have right now that y'all are helping with, whether it's home delivered meals or any of the nutrition program, whatever you have? What's your number?
I can give you some ballpark for sure. I know here in Colquitt County, and as far as like the United Way, like the funding that you guys provide to us, which is very appreciated. You can imagine we have so many seniors with so many needs. This is a huge population. It's getting bigger and bigger. People are living longer, which is great. But right here in Colquitt County, I think we have 35 home delivered clients that we serve, home delivered meal clients that we serve, and these are clients that are homebound, I think 11, I'm not sure, I may be misquoting that.
Well, and that number fluctuates. A lot of those fluctuate, I know. So.
We had about 11 clients that received the funding that you guys provide. Have, that's what's helped them have those meals. And you're thinking these are meals that are delivered 5 days a week. So that's a huge expense, when you're doing this, especially in 14 counties. That's very much appreciated. As far as like our congregate, I think I heard a number this morning in another meeting. Our congregate meals, and those are like our congregate programs. When you think of congregate, they would congregate in the senior centers for that hot meal. And then they would also have programming that was available to them. So those seniors we're continuing to serve right now. And I think we have about 590 clients, somewhere around that number, across the 14 counties that we're serving. I'm not real sure on the home delivered count. Some of that has changed. Some of those clients who are being served as congregates now are also now home delivered meal clients. But it's a large number. And then there's obviously, that's just in our congregate. We serve clients, all day long. They may call because they need a ramp, or they may call because they just need somebody to come clean their home, or they've got questions about, they need a sitter. So they become a client that way, and we refer them out for services. So there's a lot of needs. I know one day I was at the desk and someone walked in and they hadn't seen their relative in years. Last they heard, they were homeless. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we cover a lot of topics. Our call center intercepts all kinds of questions. They may not know the answer right away, but they are trying to find someone that does. So there's a lot of clients beyond even just our congregate meal programs or even our home delivery meal programs that we serve.
Yeah. Well, you've given us so much good information on the thing, the changes in the senior center and what else SOWEGA has going on in the different vital programs to our community. How about we wrap it up with a question that I feel like a lot of people, or that I get calls for. So what it would be the steps of if an elderly or senior adult needed any kind of assistance or wants to get on the program, what would you advise them to do to start or begin?
The best thing that they can do, and I actually got a call right before we hopped on today with that very question, is to call our 1-800 number. It's basically a no wrong door option. So if they call our 1-800 number, and I can give that out, it's just 1-800-282-6612. We have trained counselors on the other end of those lines that will, intercept those calls. They may take them through some assessments just to kind of figure out what services. They may call with a particular service in mind and not even realize that they also qualify for other services as well. So that is the best way. Anyone who says, how do I become part of that hot meal program? I want to go eat at Fuller's too. I mean, that again, that's the number. No matter what it really is, that is the starting point, and then they'll just, they'll get them referred out to the right programs and services.
And that's exactly what I felt like I went through recently. I had some people during the pandemic call, and they asked, they said they needed a meal, either they needed a hot meal, and they were older and used to being out and about and being able to do their own things. But since COVID was here and the pandemic happened and things were shut down, they just really needed help in how to get food. And then I remember I forwarded them on. They went to the hotline, and I got a call back from them that said, well, not only did they set me up with food, but they set me up with this, and like a whole slew of things. So we're really thankful for everything that you guys do for our elderly in our community, because we know that we do a lot for kids. There's a lot that happens, a lot of programs, vital programs that help kids, but sometimes you have a end cap on both ends, and you know that you need the older you get, the more help you'll need as well. So I'm glad that programs like you remember that is a necessity as well as the kids in our community. So
it is our pleasure. Seniors, we love them, and right now they're going through a hard time. This pandemic has been really hard on a lot of them. So yeah, they're definitely, important. They're an important part of our communities, and we want to continue to serve them.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us today and taking some time out. And we're just so glad to hear a little bit more about what you all have going on. And if anybody has any questions, we will definitely get those sent over to you. And I'll tag SOWEGA Council on Aging in our comments.
Okay,
But
great.
thank you so much for being with us here today, Robin. And we look forward to seeing y'all soon.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Bye.